In this video, we'll explore using SimSolid to evaluate multiple design variants quickly and accurately. To launch SimSolid Cloud from Altair 1, head to the Marketplace and find the SimSolid Cloud icon. Click the Launch button in the bottom right to open up the window in a new tab. To add a new project, just click Add Project in the top left and navigate through your Altair 1 drive files until you find the CAD file you are going to use. SimSolid Cloud will load in this CAD and read in the parts individually and attempt to identify what kind of parts they are, whether they're sheets or tubes or nuts or bolts and things like that to help make connections down the line. To begin setting up analysis, we'll just set a material property for all of the parts in the model as steel. And then once that's done, we can go in and individually apply different materials to some of the other parts in the model. So here on the bottom feet, we're going to apply plastic as well as these plastic connectors from the steps to the linkages. Just right click on the selection and choose Set Material and apply the material property. And for the tube structure here, we'll apply an aluminum material constraint as well. Now that all material properties have been assigned, we'll move on to connecting all the parts in the model. In this case, we'll just automatically add connections using the Automatic Connections toolbar and specify gap and penetration tolerances of 1 millimeter with a normal resolution. This should allow us to create connections automatically between all the parts in the model, and even some specific sliding connection constraints will be added in the nuts and bolts sections. Choose Actions and show disconnected groups of parts to confirm that all parts have been connected in the model. Click the Analysis tab, select Add Structural and Linear to add a new structural linear subcase. We're going to go ahead and just fix the bottom of these feet as our supports. So click the four faces and add immovable supports. And then for load cases, we will add some forces to the tops of each step. So in this case, we'll go ahead and pick all the contactable surfaces here on the top of the top step. And apply a negative 1,000 Newton force in the Z direction. So structural 1 is done. Let's go ahead and just copy this analysis to a new one, and we'll edit that load that we applied to the top step to be applied to the bottom step instead. So we just have to delete all the faces we selected in the first load case and add in all the faces from the bottom step to create a new load case. Now we've got our two structural subcases, all parts are connected and materials are assigned, and we are ready to solve this analysis. So choose Solve, and then all of the analyses in Study 1, and click Solve again to launch the SimSolid solver. Results are automatically displayed for load case 1. Here we can see displacement of about 0.12 millimeters. We can animate that, or in the deformation options tab, click expand and check off the show edges to hide some of the edges that are in the way. You can edit the color contour and do lots of different post-processing, but let's go ahead and click on structural load case 2 here and see what the results look like for that one. We've got a displacement magnitude of 0.3 maximum. And we can kind of quickly flip between just by clicking that results tab and view the min and max for both load cases. Now, say we want to import a new design variant here. We'll just go ahead and hit the plus icon at the top of the project tree, select Add New Design Study, and then navigate through all of our CAD files in Altair Drive to select a new one. And once we select that new one, SimSolid is going to import that new CAD and attempt to apply any boundary conditions or contact conditions or material properties that can be applied to the new parts in the model. So for things that have changed, like the step CAD we see here, we don't have material properties assigned, so we'll have to go and do that manually. But for all other parts, the same material properties have been copied over from the previous analysis. And the same is true for all the connections in the model. All previous connections are mapped over and all new connections are created automatically, so the assembly has no disconnected parts. In our load cases, we can see that the constraints have been added properly, but the forces highlighted in red need to be edited as our faces have changed. So we just double click that to edit and select a new face to apply that load to for both subcases. And once that's done, we are ready to solve both analyses in study 2 and launch the mesh list solver once again. Once again, results are automatically displayed for load case 1. We can see the maximum displacement here of 0.005. And in load case 2, we have max displacement of 0.14. And to quickly compare across design studies, we'll just flip back and select design study 1, and then click on the results to view the results in that design study as well. So in just a few minutes, we've been able to set up and run 2 subcases for each design variant and compare quickly between the two without having to create a mesh or anything like that in the background. This is the power of SimSolid using design variants. For more information, visit altair.com/simsolid.